Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dugout. My name is Dethroned Roberts.
And I'm Theophilus Osaide Agbonlaho.
Yeah, and it's been a while we've been on air. I mean, we've been really busy, both together and separately, but we've been getting calls from our friends and fans like, what's happening to the show? What's happening to the show? Is this how you guys going to be doing? Are you guys going to be going on sabbatical?
They'll say we are making too many excuses.
Exactly. So we just had to just get it done. I mean, on our social media pages, I'm going to take this setup so you can see exactly what it looks like behind the scenes. So you can see the madness that's happening over here.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like it's been crazy on the scene of football right now in Europe. The sports in generally, but the football right now, because we're getting into the business end, as they call it.
You know, something happened over the weekend, and it was my highlight. The Roma derby, or the Rome derby between Lazio and Roma. Roma won that game, I think it goes to nil. And during the game, Guendouzi and Paulo Dybala were almost involved in the fisticuff.
Yeah,
you know,
classic Guendouzi.
Guendouzi, obviously being French and Dybala being Argentine.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of months ago, Argentina beat France.
In
the World Cup. And you know what Dybala does? Dybala puts his hand into his host, brings out his shin guard, and there's a picture of him lifting the World Cup, and he shows it to Guendouzi. That's how crazy it's been right about that. You get into the business end of the season, like Tola rightly put it. We're seeing a 3-horse race in the English Premier League. We're seeing a team that has never done it before, about to do it in the German Bundesliga. They choked before. Will they choke again? I doubt it. But in France, yes, pretty done. In Italy, it's pretty done. In the La Liga, 8 points gap between Real Madrid and Barcelona. You could say that's done and dusted, although there are 8 games to go. But I think every singular focus right now should be on the English Premier League. That's it.
Just as they like it to be.
The
Premiership wants all the microscopes in the whole of Europe and America and the rest of the world to be on that league. Funny enough, I realize there's been a lot of people right now, even in America, that are supporting Premiership football. To be said, I mean, they have a lot of Tottenham fans, a lot of Man City fans, and those are new fans to the game. And Americans like winning, so they're definitely going to be supporting the winning team.
Yeah.
So it means that the packaging of the sports, as the English Premiership, has actually gone. As in, it's gone exactly. So it's gone beyond. I mean, Americans don't really like football that much before.
It was only going to happen because I know you know this, but LeBron James is part owner of Liverpool.
Oh yes, that's true.
He has the stake in Liverpool Football Club. Every time Liverpool win a game, LeBron James does well to tweet about it, and he's easily one of the most influential figures as far as sports is concerned.
True
and then you really cannot but you can't take away the influence that Lionel Messi has had since he joined the MLS. Every single match day, there's a superstar across other sphere, entertainment or maybe
that's coming to watch
movies. Coming to see Lionel Messi play, and then David Beckham and his management team did well to not only bring in Messi, brought in Jordi Alba, brought in Luis Suarez, brought in Sergio Busquets. It now looked like a mini Barcelona reunion happening in North America. So the influence has really, really grown, and there's no bigger ambassador for the game of football than the English Premier League. Yes, we see that the whole world is watching when the World Cup comes around, but that happens every 4 years. When it's time for the Premier League, especially at the tail end of the season like this, where you have 3 genuine title contenders, whom I believe every single one of them right about now deserves to win the Premier League.
The last time there were 3-horse race in Premiership?
Where was that?
2016.
Between
only one of the teams now was in the running then.
That should be Manchester City.
Nope.
Liverpool?
Nope.
Arsenal.
Yes.
Oh, was it the 60 then Leicester City won it? Yo, nah.
Oh my goodness.
Nah. I now you said it. I'm looking back. 2016, yes, Leicester City won that league.
So Leicester, Arsenal, and Tottenham.
The annoying part is that should have been Arsenal's title.
Exactly.
Because Arsenal was the only team to beat Leicester home
and away.
And
comfortably. No, not comfortably at home. But away was 5-2.
You dismembered them. So I'm looking at.
No, if there was ever a time that they should say Arsenal bottled a league, that was it. Not last season. Because last season we actually underdogs and we're going against a monster City. But back then, City was out of it. There was no Manchester United. There was no Chelsea. There was no Liverpool. Yeah. You were basically fighting Tottenham.
You like to refer to as poop.
and Leicester. So
the bookies get
so for me, that league, Arsenal winning that league was even more painful than last season. Because last season we all knew that we were 8 points ahead, but City had 2 games in hand, and we were still going to the hand. So in the back of our head, we knew that if we didn't do what we needed to do, And I'm thinking that particular situation.
I want to ask you a question. If that situation from last season, if Arsenal were had to be in a similar situation this season, 8 points ahead.
No, it's over. It's over.
Right.
It's over.
Okay.
Remember.
I think it had more to do with Arsenal as a team,
not
less
exactly
City as a monster.
It was the mentality. The guys weren't there yet.
So to a large extent, and it's alright. We were talking about just before we came on. Live, I was talking about how I personally feel Arsenal have stepped up more than any other team in the Premier League this season. Whether you like it or not, Arsenal has not lost a domestic game this year.
No, that's true.
Arsenal has not lost, and we're already in April. Arsenal has only lost 1 game this year, and that was to FC Porto. And they did business. They did the business when Porto came to town, and they moved on to the next round of the Champions League, which is another crazy. In fact, it's really really crazy.
So who's your pick for the Premiership right now?
For the Premier League, for the fact that they've done it 3 years in a row, I want to say Manchester City. And whether you like it or not, I'm not scared to admit it. I actually have a soft spot. Manchester City because of Pep Guardiola. But if I'm to look at the team that I feel can actually go on that road that Manchester City have been going on for the past 3 years to win the English Premier League, it will be Arsenal.
No, they're already on the road anyway. I mean, they played 9 games.
Yes.
No, is it 9 or 10 games? Yeah. And they've only had 1 draw. And that was against City.
You understand? So
every other game was a win.
So I'm looking at, okay, Arsenal might be able to do this. There's something different about Arsenal. Remember last season I told you, the reason Manchester City won that league last season was the moment Ruben Diaz got back. City's season picked up again.
And now when Arsenal lost
Saliba and instantly capitulated. Whether you like it or not,
somebody was holding our defense back.
Attack wins you games, but defense win you championships.
Yeah.
When you look at the way Arsenal have played this season, they've considered the least amount of goals, scoring the most amount of goals as well. So it's almost like a match made in heaven. So if Arsenal doesn't go on to win the league, I can actually say if they don't go on to win it right now, the gap might not be much, but it favors them. I personally will go with Manchester City. But notice how I'm talking about Liverpool.
On form,
the
league favors Arsenal. But if you look at the teams that the remaining 3 games are playing, Arsenal has the toughest on paper. They have the toughest fixtures. That's the thing.
Fixtures is crazy.
Liverpool, like I told you before we started the show, that Liverpool have one problem. They don't know how to dictate the tempo of the game.
Retain possession and then maintain the tempo.
So they are always going to allow their opposition back into the game.
I have
the remaining fixtures here. Right?
Arsenal will be taking on Aston Villa, Wolves. Then there's Chelsea. Immediately after that, you have Tottenham. So it's a back-to-back London derby for Arsenal. And then depending on how they progress in the Champions League, you still have the Champions League to bother or to worry about. Then you have Bournemouth. You now have in Manchester United. Then the penultimate game of the season before you now play Everton on the last day.
I'm hoping that before that Man U game, Arsenal will have wrapped the league up by then.
You are hoping because Liverpool will be taking on Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, West Ham.
So Everton is a derby. We know what it's all about.
Yes, and then they have Tottenham, Aston Villa, and
we all have Tottenham. So
but the thing about Tottenham,
Villa might be tricky depending on where Villa is at that time.
Now the thing is, Manchester City on the other hand have Luton, which I think is a done game. Tottenham Hotspur is immediately after Luton Town.
Yeah.
So unlike Arsenal and Liverpool, who have Tottenham
later on,
Manchester City have to contend with Tottenham in about 2 weeks' time.
So they need to do the business.
So after that, you're taking on Brighton, Forest, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Fulham, and West Ham. These are games that might seem easy on paper.
It could be tricky on the day.
On the day, we just need to understand that the potential party pooper here.
It's Tottenham.
I remember the last time it was 2016 you talked about. It was Tottenham that actually handed the trophy over.
No. Actually, Tottenham didn't hand the trophy over.
They defeated the day Leicester were declared champions. But because Tottenham beat, was it Chelsea or was it Arsenal?
No.
On the day, yes.
No.
Yeah.
He said no. They had already. What happened was the day we played the draw with Tottenham 2-2.
Yes.
That was it.
So Tottenham drew Arsenal
2-2.
Yeah. So basically, Arsenal
we both ended our.
What I'm saying is that whether you like it or not, it was after the draw against Tottenham, Leicester were confirmed champions on the day. So Tottenham, like in 2016, have a very strong.
No, but in 2016 they were actually in the running for the title.
They might have been in the running. No,
they were in the running.
They might have been in the running, but not you and I know.
No, they actually were in the running.
You and I know that Tottenham cannot win the Premier League for the next 100 years.
I don't know about that.
Harry Kane has gone to Bayern Munich,
the King
and he's gone with a bit of the Tottenham cost. I don't think
the cost is the King cost, not the Tottenham cost.
Because even before Harry Kane, Tottenham had not really been winning anything, had they?